all of that. And then neutral things too. We talk about a meditation on boredom. So you're in the grocery line and it's not moving fast enough. Yeah. Excellent opportunity. What does boredom feel like? Where do I feel it in my body? What thoughts are arising, especially if the person in front of me has 16 items in the 15-item line? Perfect opportunity for meditation. What does that irritation feel like? Where do I feel it? So yeah, I'm glad it was helpful.
Yeah, very.
There's a lot more of that. The book has, I think the new book, which is Make Every Move Meditation, has, I want to say there were over 20 different exercises. And it's so adaptable because you can pick whatever you're doing and whatever sense is appearing to you. You can make that choice. So that's part of why I love it. That's why I keep, I've studied all kinds of different techniques for wellness and well-being. And this is just the one I keep coming back to because for me, it's been the most effective and adaptable.
Every now and then I come across something or someone says something, and we used to call it tweetable moments, but I don't call it tweetable moments. I call it a writable moment.
Oh,
And so something I just want to write down. So that's what I had to write down. Meditation applies to other things in the life of a leader, because you got to deal with the employee you don't want to deal with. But if you've been meditating, you might find a better way to deal with them because you're going to focus on where you want to focus, not the negative, but on the good, and be aware of all the good. Maybe so. That's a very powerful thing that you said there. I appreciate that.
Thank you. That made me think of something too. In meditation, when you develop those skills, you learn to pause. And so you can make different choices because you're acting instead of reacting. And I'm thinking, I actually was an employment attorney for many, many years. And I've represented both sides of the table. But that pause, so many of the people that, whether they were employers or employees, that found themselves in hot water was because they reacted. They didn't act. They reacted in a way that was, unhealthy for everyone and dangerous sometimes. And so having that skill of being able to pause and choose your action as opposed to reacting, which a lot of us, I still do that too, has been really powerful for me in a lot of areas of my life.
I'm going to interrupt before Barb gets here again, because there's one thing I want everybody to kind of notice. What Barb is really good at, but Glenn's not so good at. Barb will pause. It's almost like hasn't prepared her question until she hears what you have to say. Then she pauses. That is really powerful. And that's what makes a good interview, I think. Sometimes people want you to just fire back the questions, but that pause that she always does is something that I think we all can emulate. And it really works well in the leadership when you're coaching or counseling somebody. So thank you for that quick reminder. I appreciate that.
Thank you for the compliment. Other people always see things in us we don't see, right? I think Glenn is a brilliant interviewer. And I'm learning from him as we go.
I'm learning to pause.
From someone who hasn't mastered any of this meditation, that's a high compliment.